Like the fact that you can outplay somebody with like a move like a terrain building thing, I think is insanely cool. Like it was so satisfying just winning a fight because you did a sick wall. I think you just can't do any other hero. Oh, fill it. The Hogs had a Chipsa choke moment right there. He held off all that time just to shoot me at the end. I just think Wall is like one of, if not the most versatile abilities in the whole game. And it can also be super game winning and super game losing. So like the upside, the downside is so poignant. Have you ever seen a good wall? A bad wall is massive. I think the only spots it got a little oppressive was on maps like basically like on Hanamura. It was just like really broken, but that map's no longer in the game anymore. So who gives a shit? Mobility, defensive, exactly. It's utility as well. I think the part of what makes the wall good is because then you can freeze somebody after the wall. And the fact you can't freeze anymore makes Mei, in my opinion, such a fucking stupidly designed hero. Like you can only freeze in your ult, this is fucking dumb. I'm amazed this hit me, by the way. That's so max range. Control Center University. Yeah, maps like that, it's very good on. Basically, any maps that filter people into like a certain amount of choke points that the entire wall can cover is generally always going to be very good for Mei. I also felt like now maybe this is biased because I'm a Doomfist player and Doomfist is like probably one of, if not the best heroes in the game against Mei. But I love playing against Mei. That shit was so free. And it never felt like that oppressive as well. Point to break without CC? I don't know. I think the hero's only useful when her healing is really overtuned. And when the healing's really overtuned, it's fucking AIDS to play against. Fuck, that fucking boot was so clutch, actually. Completely fucked my rhythm. Used to be a good Mei. Mei was... yeah, Mei was probably in my top 3 heroes of all time. Obviously, like Doomfist, Genji, and Mei are probably my top 3 heroes. Then probably like Pharah, Junkrat. Junkrat will be up there. Being good at Junkrat's like... being good at pissing. Like, everyone can do it, you know? Junkrat's like by such a long shot the easiest DPS hero, I think. I don't think of a hero that's easier than Junkrat at DPS. I mean, the only heroes that are easier than Junkrat is maybe like Moira. Torb is easier. I think Torb's harder than Junkrat. Pharah Kree. If you think Pharah Kree are even remotely in the same difficulty class as Junkrat, you're on crack. If you're a complete beginner player, you can get value in Junkrat. You just literally hold a choke point and spam, and you will get value. And this is someone who fucking loves Junkrat. I wish... it's my biggest issue with the hero. I wish that the skill ceiling of the hero was high. There's just almost no skill expression on the hero. That was fucking genius play, by the way. Oh, I really didn't get any juice there. Magician kept. Wonder if that is actually the magician. I'll probably still have on my friends list. What? Oh fuck. Yeah, Sojourn has a very low skill floor, but it's still a relatively high skill ceiling. I think tracking aim is a lot harder than like flick aim. Like aiming on a hero like Sojourn, in my opinion, is much harder than aiming on a hero like Widow. At least to get like consistent aiming is very difficult. I didn't Tiago. I'm tracking easy. I mean, it's preference, but I would say in general that tracking is harder than flick aiming. I also feel like tracking is way more satisfying to watch.
The size of that projectile. Small. Behind the wall.
It's one of the changes I really dislike, by the way, is the fact that you can no longer cancel Hog's ult.
I curved IT.
I feel like it's such a fucking... I hate changes like that. What is that emote? I hate changes that just like I hate changes that remove counterplay. Like that's always my opinion. Like in general, like stuff like Hog's ult, the counterplay to Hog's ult was stunning him. If you stunned him, his ult was he's useless. That's just the way it works. Right? But now it just feels so... And like the thing is, it feels so janky. Like, it doesn't even feel good. Like it doesn't feel intuitive the way it works. Like the whole idea of the ult is like the Hog goes like completely out of control. He like loses control and just fucking goes crazy. And now he can just chill, take a breather, hook somebody. It's just one. Oh, I'm so good. I'm so good. That's not even. That's by no means an easy kill as well, by the way. David predictability in the game's history. Did Hog back? Yeah, like Hog back in Snizzle-Nose's day. Like, yeah, okay, Hog could fucking one shot over a lot easier. All that shit. But Hog had Hog's evade, right? I mean it healed for 300, right? But you couldn't move. You couldn't move and it gave you no DR. So you would literally stand still and you'd be spinning round. Trying not to get headshot. Hog vape with no DR. I think that the Hog having DR is fine. I actually don't think it's a bad change. I think it's a good change. I don't like the fact it can move. I've never liked that. I always preferred Hog as a more feast or famine hero. I think either he fucking wrecks you by hitting hooks, or he's useless as fuck.
Different definitions.
Both awful. I agree. Yeah, I agree. It should be either or. I agree with you. But yeah, I always just feel like stuff. I mean, maybe it's just me being an old school player, but I feel like there's a lot of stuff that just like kind of is relics from the past that just don't make sense. Like Cassidy's flashbang now is so... It just doesn't feel like it's an ability. It just doesn't feel right. Right? I think Briggs right click. Like, what does it even do? It's just like a quick melee with extra range. You know? And then Hog's ult being able to be cancelled, it just feels bizarre. Like I wasn't in favor when Reaper could cancel a shift. I wasn't a huge fan of that. However, I really don't think it was that bad. Like, 'cause it sort of made sense, right? It didn't feel like it was like, you know, it didn't feel clunky to like look or play. Oh, I got lasered. Super Sogwells. Jesus Christ, that was, dude. That was peak Overwatch, man. That was peak Overwatch. It's crazy to think, by the way, that Reaper has received nothing but buffs since the game's come out, pretty much. And Reaper was so much better in the original game, it's actually crazy. Like, Reaper, on release, was like a top 4, top 5 DPS hero. With like, along with like Cassidy, Widowmaker, Tracer, and Genji. I thought Reaper was top 5. But the game, that shows the level of power creep that's in the game. Meta right now, I mean, he'll be meta next patch. But Reaper's not meta because Reaper's not a meta-defining pick. You know, it's just that he's good into the current thing. Like, what other hero would you play in the next patch? Because Sombra's been gutted, so she's not really playable next patch. At least against high-level players. Sojourn obviously is what you pick with the Reaper. You can't play Tracer because Tracer's unplayable, really. What else would you play?
This ends now.
I still find it crazy that EMP actually does damage. It's so crazy to me that that ability does that much damage. Ashe, I think Ashe, but the problem if you run Ashe or Hanzo is that then you're splitting. I mean, I guess you're not running a Mercy, so yeah. But I mean, I don't know. I just think having 2 like range poke DPSs only works if you play a comp that's like very static. It's not what you play. So, like Sojourn, this is a perfect example of how you can tell if a hero's OP. What even is the meta in Overwatch League? It's more of a brawly style meta, right? With like Winston, Lucio, Reaper, right? And yet Sojourn is in the meta, despite the fact Sojourn has no actual real synergy with those kinds of heroes. Like Sojourn's not a hero that excels in brawl. That's not her kit. But she does because the hero's just that broken, right? Ah, shit. So good. E. And you could say that, like, oh yeah, she's a dash and she has a slow, but like, Sojourn's is not a hero that's designed to be played in a close range brawly meta. And yet she's still played in that meta. Like, you would think a hero like Mei, Torb, Reaper, Genji, something like that would excel in something like that. Like lots of close range bursty upfront damage. Even like a hero like Torb would be excellent better like that. But they don't, because Sojourn's just that broken. And the issue that she has as well is that she's really only like super broken in high elo. Because she's new and people in low elo suck ass. They can't play the hero at a high level. When you play against good Sojourns like last game, the game is just so unplayable. Fucking hell, I should be dead. Right? Yeah. No shot! He's hooked me around that corner. Yeah, Sojourn wasn't garbage on the first Bayer. Sojourn was garbage on the second Bayer. Is that Widow or Sojourn? Oh yeah, definitely Widow. Sojourn's hero design is just like, Sojourn's just a little overtuned, right? Like, When I say a little, I mean a lot overtuned. But she's just overtuned. I don't think Sojourn is like a fundamentally broken hero. Widow, it doesn't matter what you do to the hero, as long as she has infinite range one-shot, which she always will, she's going to be broken. Oh my god, that slam really didn't hit. This hero's so fucking inconsistent sometimes. Bloody hell, that healers are chasing me hard. Yeah, like you could nerf the damage of the right click, or decrease increase how long it takes to charge, or increase how fast it drains, or decrease her dash, and I think you could put the hero in a good spot. The difference with Widow is that it literally doesn't matter. Why? Why did she shot me there? I'd be so pissed if I was Sojourn there, actually. She did the right play and her break just entered it. You can tone down the numbers. You can tone down the numbers of Sojourn to make her a fair hero. There is literally no toning of numbers down that will ever make Widow even remotely fair as a hero. Widowmaker as a hero is fundamentally, am I better than you at aiming? Like, can I hit this shot? Can I hit this skill check? If the answer is yes, you die. If the answer is no, then you get another chance in 2 seconds. EMP incoming. Oh my god, what the fuck? Okay, if you're gonna play an off-meta hero like Brig, you actually have to at least play her well. Oh my god, that's actually ginormous. Sets her up for 2 free kills and cancels thing.
GG.
When I die to Widow, I say fair play. Sure. When I die to Widow, I say congratulations, you hit a skill check. I could not have possibly played that any